First thing I want to play for you. This was Fani Willis back in 2020 when asked why the people of Fulton County should support her in her run for district attorney.
Because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees. Because they deserve a DA that won't put money in their own pocket when it should go to benefit children. Because we deserve better.
Well, that didn't age well.
Not at all.
All right, so let's bring it to the misconduct hearing yesterday. We'll start with the special prosecutor, Nathan Wade. And he testified that he did, in fact, pay for vacations that he and Willis took. But he explained how she reimbursed him.
You said in the affidavit that you roughly shared travel, though, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this roughly sharing travel, you're saying she reimbursed you.
She did.
And where did you deposit the money she reimbursed you?
Oh, it was cash. She didn't give me any checks.
So she paid you cash for her share of all these vacations.
Mr. Schaefer, you'll step out if you do that again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so all of the vacations that she took, she paid you cash for.
Yes, ma'am.
And you purchased all of these vacations on your business credit card, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So real quick, there's a moment in there where the judge actually admonishes one of the other co-defendants for laughing at the claim that he was reimbursed in cash. Listen to that one more time.
And where did you deposit the money she reimbursed you?
Oh, it was cash. She didn't give me any checks.
So she paid you cash for her share of all these vacations.
Mr. Schaefer, you'll step out if you do that again.
Yes, ma'am.
He literally busted out laughing.
How can you not?
So then, in this incredible moment, Fani Willis enters the courtroom and takes the stand. It was like a scene out of a TV show. She takes a stand and was asked if she had listened to the arguments. Here's what she said.
Did you listen to any of the testimony?
I've been in my office pacing, ma'am.
Did you listen to any of the arguments?
I did hear the arguments this morning. It's ridiculous to me that you lied on Monday, and yet here we still are. And I did listen to that argument.
So right there, you know,
She's
it's going to be
pissed.
heated.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not happy.
Hostile.
Then Willis comments on any discussions of the case that she might have had with Nathan Wade.
I don't know if you could say talked about. I probably had some choice words about some of the things that you said that were dishonest within this motion. So I don't know that it was a conversation. As you know, Mr. Wade is a Southern gentleman. Me, not so much.
Well.
Yeah, so she's fiery here. She's fiery. Then Willis takes exception to implications of sex after their first meeting.
When the state was
Well,
able
it's
to
highly
ask
offensive
follow-ups.
when someone lies on you, and it's highly offensive when they try to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them, and I take exception to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot here to unpack.
We're just getting started.
Yeah. Then Willis goes on to explain all the cash she had on hand to pay Wade back.
When you meet my father, he's going to tell you as a woman, you should always have, which I don't have, so let's don't tell him that. You should have at least 6 months in cash at your house at all times. Now, I don't know why this old black man feels like that, but he does.
So naturally, I wanted to ask you, Dana, do you got cash in your freezer, under the mattress, like
No.
stashed throughout the house?
I don't. I might have a couple of bucks in my purse, but that's about it.
Then Willis explains the cash that you should have on you whenever you go on a date with a man.
All my life. If you're a woman and you go on a date with a man, you better have $200 in your pocket. So if that man acts up, you can go where you want to go.
She's going to nice places. I thought that was a lot.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, no, I don't do that. He's paying. That's
Right.
the end of it.
And then she explained where all that cash that she had to pay back Wade for all these trips, where that came from.
That you paid Mr. Wade the cash in October of 2022. You do not know where that money came from.
I do know where it came from. It came from my sweat and tears.
I'm telling you, it was just one line after another. Then this was a moment that you're going to see a lot throughout the course of the day today. This is where she pushes back and says, look, it's not me who's on trial here.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Wade.
Well, no, look. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
Well, in that moment, it's kind of a misconduct hearing about you.
Yeah, you kind of did something wrong and we're just trying to prove it.
Right. Then one of the lawyers asked to treat Fani Willis as a hostile witness. Listen to this.
Your Honor, may I have permission to treat Ms. Vito as a hostile witness?
You think I'm hostile? Now wait till you see me tonight.
I'm sorry, that was my cousin Vinny. Wrong clip there, wrong clip.
It would totally be perfect though. Like, yeah.
Here's what happened yesterday.
2019 Judges Conference.
We haven't gotten to the point where Ms. Willis should be treated hostile in this situation.
I think we have.
I very much want to be here, so I'm not a hostile witness. I very much want to be here.
Not so much that you're hostile, Ms. Willis, it'd be an adverse witness. Your interests are opposed to Ms. Merchant's.
Well, hostile or not, it got so heated the judge actually had to call a break from the proceedings. Listen to this.
Let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie. It is a lie.
Ms. Willis? Mr. Sena, thank you. We're going to take 5 minutes.
Everyone needs to cool off.
Everybody needs to go take a Xanax in the hallway and chill out a little bit. This is one of the co-defendant's attorneys explaining what a romantic relationship is, because there's this question about when did the relationship start. So listen to what he had to say.
No, I'm not talking about, I'm saying romantic relationship doesn't necessarily have to be just sex.
Well,
it can be dating, it can be holding hands, it can be any of those things that one might call romantic.
I thought he was going to go straight into the birds and the bees and just do a whole explainer right there. This was Willis explaining her relationship with Nathan Wade and with men more generally.
Mr. Let's go on and have the conversation.
I've just asked you whether or not it was a coincidence.
Had absolutely nothing to do with this. It's interesting that we're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
I feel like there were some women watching that who were like, go girl.
Yeah, yeah, just a little bit. The thing about the sandwich, oh my gosh.
Yeah, not a great detail there. If I'm Wade, I'm thinking you couldn't have left that out. You had to say that on the stand. Here was Fani Willis explaining when the relationship actually came to an end.
Your best recollection was that your relationship with Mr. Wade, the romantic relationship, ended, you left it in August of 2023. That sound right?
That's the hard conversation. That's not the...
We've covered this. Next question.
And you characterized it as a tough conversation, correct?
Yes.
I'm not going to get into the conversation per se.
You should.
Well, if he doesn't want to, we won't go there. So, Mr. Seda, next
The
question.
judge is like, please no.
You know, it's kind of hard to say no when you've got that opportunity. But all I'm going to say is, was it pre-indictment in this case?
So...
We know the timeline that the indictment was delivered.
Okay,
Well,
but,
actually,
and so that
I'll
we're
give you
clear,
that.
the physical relationship ended pre-indictment.
And is that when you were talking about the tough conversation?
But I'm not sure that the tough conversation didn't happen until after, but the physical relationship. So I'm sure if you ask Mr. Wade, because he's a male, he would say we ended June or July because physical contact ended then. Just in my mind, being a woman, it's over when you have that like hard conversation. I just think women and men think differently.
Can I just say that every man and every woman watching that were like, yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And then finally, Fani Willis misunderstood one of the attorneys.
Cash hoard that you had collected over time.
Cash what?
Hoard, H-O-R-D-E.
Oh, I thought you said something different, sir.
No, I'm afraid I wouldn't say that under any circumstances to you or in court.
All right, back on track.
The hoard, cash hoard.
That judge. Let's get it back on track. Let's get off the potential whore comments.
Cash hoard that you...
Oh my gosh.